Hello, my name is Alice Ripley, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly cheat sheet for all things Broadway, or as we like to think of it, a great view of our walls. Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Ryan?
From the frat house to a Broadway house, a stage adaptation of controversial blogger and self-proclaimed D-bag Tucker Max's book I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell has its sights set on the Great White Way. Called I Hope They Serve Beer on Broadway, the play is based on Max's real-life sexcapades and drinking adventures previously documented in the book and the sequel, Assholes Finish First. Looks like Bros on Broadway has officially caught on.
Music mogul turned convicted killer Phil Spector is back in the spotlight thanks to the acclaimed HBO biopic starring Al Pacino. Spector's young wife Rochelle is capitalizing on the renewed interest by developing a Broadway musical about her husband. The combination of crime, catchy songs, and crazy hair might be catnip for theatergoers, but it's definitely not the road to redemption.
This week, we caught up with Broadway star Gavin Creel, who just opened in the Book of Mormon in London, where the show is already a sold-out smash. This is Creel's third gig in the West End, following runs in Mary Poppins and Hair, which means he now has just as many British credits as Broadway credits. Creel told us London keeps calling me back and that he loves pretending it's home. Okay, Gavin, enjoy the bangers and mash, but don't get too comfy driving on the left. Broadway needs you too.
It's time for a March Musical Madness bracket update. The first two rounds of our quest to find the best Broadway musical of all time delivered plenty of surprising victories, like Grease triumphing over Follies and South Pacific giving Hair a buzz cut. In our Sweet 16, we've got old school versus new school matchups like Les Mis versus Next to Normal and Gypsy versus Hairspray. So who will make it to the Final Four? Cast your vote and make your voice heard in the ultimate show tune showdown.
Hi, I'm Stephanie J. Block, Mrs. Arcelus.
And I'm Sebastian Arcelus, Mr. Block.
And you're watching the Broadway.com show.
It's time for this week's Broadway Smackdown. Last week we asked you which TV show you think deserves another shot, Smash or Bunheads. The voting was close, but 57% of fans chose Bunheads, starring two-time Tony winner Sutton Foster, for a second season full of grand jetés and attitude. Tough break, Smash. Now for the question we've been dying to ask you all week. Jason Robert Brown's hit musical The Last 5 Years is back, telling the tale of a broken relationship. And like every great breakup, there's two sides to this story. When Jamie gets a book deal, he hopes his wife Cathy will support him, but Cathy's acting career is stalled and she's not going to sit and wait for Jamie in the wings. So which side are you on? Team Cathy or Team Jamie? Tweet your vote to Broadway.com with the hashtag #BWaySmackdown and tune in next week to find out the winner.
Today's guest is Atlanta Banana.
Thank you. I'm just going to repeat everything you said.
That won't get annoying at all.
That won't get annoying at all.
This Danny Burstein character.
I would take that man and put him entirely in my body. Sorry, Rebecca Luker. I'll put her in there too. And I very well may end up with a woman. I very well may not. I may end up with a sheep.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Thumbs up to Glee's Matthew Morrison for returning where it all began for a new album of Broadway standards. The Tony nominee has chosen a dozen classic songs, including Sendin' the Clowns, Luck Be a Lady, and his South Pacific showstopper, Younger Than Springtime. Here's hoping the new album inspires Matt to ease on down the road back to the Great White Way.
Thumbs down to Elaine Stritch's decision to leave New York City. The 88-year-old Tony winner, known for Company, At Liberty, and 30 Rock, is playing the Carlisle one last time before moving back to Detroit, her hometown. Listen, Miss Stritch, you might be sick of the big bad city after 71 years, but we never got tired of you. Oh, and Michiganders, you're about to welcome home one hell of a dame.
Our tweet of the week comes from Will Swenson, who recently starred in Encore's production of It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman, where he met an excited but opinionated fan. Will tweeted, "Man at the stage door just asked me for 2 autographs, and then told me my headshot was lousy. #balls. Getting your opinions off your chest and 2 autographs at the same time? Well played, man at the stage door. Well played. You can follow Will on Twitter at @TheWillSwenson.
This spring, Kinky Boots diva Billy Porter and Matilda Award winner Bertie Carver are giving sensational leading man performances in leading lady costumes, which got us thinking about our 5 favorite drag turns of the past. Coming in at number 5 is Rent's big-hearted Boy Scout turned brownie, Angel. The number 4 slot goes to a lady playing a man playing a lady, Victoria Grant of Victor Victoria. Next up is La Cage aux Folles headliner Albin and his stage counterpart Zaza, who gave us the gay anthem I Am What I Am. This number 2 position goes to working class 60s housewife Edna Turnblatt from the musical Hairspray. And topping the list is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert's Grande Dame Bernadette. Tony nominee Tony Sheldon set a new standard for men playing female roles with his superb performance as this transgendered nightclub star. Wow, Broadway sure does love a guy in a gown, and so do Tony nominators. Best of luck, Billy and Birdie.
Late night host Jimmy Fallon gets in touch with his inner headbanger in this irresistible hotshot. After seeing the hit musical Rock of Ages, Fallon headed backstage to make 80s faces with the excited cast, and Broadway.com's Bruce Glickus captured the fun. Hold on to that feeling, Jimmy.
Last week, Broadway welcomed Breakfast at Tiffany's to the stage. Now, we all know that the movie version of Tiffany's is a New York classic, so we asked the cast and opening night guests to give us their pick for their favorite iconic New York movie. Here's what they had to say.
You know, the movie that I learned New York from is You've Got Mail.
I would say 6 Degrees of Separation. I've never seen New York Look as Beautiful in that movie by Fred Skepsey that I happen to be in.
You can't go wrong with like anything Woody Allen did. I just love the texture of those and the comedy.
I suppose Annie Hall.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
It would have to be somewhere between Manhattan and Taxi Driver, I guess.
All Manhattan. Yeah, every time.
Hi, I'm Krysta Rodriguez, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Our star of the week requires no introduction. In fact, she's so infamous, she doesn't even have a last name. Announcing big, beautiful, and fully loaded, Layla, the truck from Hands on a Hard Body. This 4,000-pound diva can be seen stealing the show 8 times a week with her triple pirouettes and her horn-honking, door-slamming drama. No one is prouder of Layla than her human co-stars, who praised her performance on opening night.
That truck was fantastic, honey. She moved all the right ways, did all the right moves.
She didn't act up. She wasn't nervous. She hit all her marks. Yeah, she actually was probably the most composed of all of us.
She was beautiful, wasn't she? Just stunning. Just upstaged all of us, that bitch.
That's all for this episode of the Broadway.com show. We leave you with one of our guilty pleasures, Glee, performing another guilty pleasure, Mamma Mia, in last week's episode aptly titled Guilty Pleasures. See you next week.
Mamma Mia, here I go again.